Alright, so I'm sure at this point we all know who Bonnie Blue is, and if you don't, welcome to Earth, buddy. You know, like, are you fucking Patrick Star? You live under a rock? How do you not know who Bonnie Blue is? But just in case we have any pure, untainted souls watching this video, the best way I describe Bonnie Blue is if you took, like, the Slytherins from Harry Potter and made them a bunch of whores. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know shit about Harry Potter. I don't know if that's an accurate comparison, but from what I've gathered, the Slytherins are kind of like, you know, the sneaky ones. The ones that you wouldn't want to tell your mom that you're hanging out with. The ones that have absolutely no soul behind their eyes, which is literally Bonnie Blue. Look at her fucking eyes. Now, Bonnie Blue isn't solely famous for just being a thought, or, I mean, she is, but it's not that simple, because let's be honest here, Bonnie Blue is hot, but she's kind of like just the same as everyone else, but in a different font, you know? You go on Pornhub, look up blonde girl with blue eyes, you'll find like 80 different Bonnie Blues on there getting their shit shredded. And basically, the main way that Bonnie Blue made herself stick out from her other professional vagina counterparts was just doing a bunch of outlandish shit that was also really slutty. For example, she first went viral for going to a bunch of high schools, finding a bunch of like freshly graduated 18-year-olds and just fucking them. She would just have sex with them.
And at what age did you become aware that you were a pedophile?
Well, when I sleeping with 18-year-olds, mean you're a pedophile.
Well, if it's barely legal, doesn't that mean it's mostly illegal?
No, the word's legal.
And, you know, obviously this became a huge ethical thing because, you know, the boys are totally, like, willing to do it because they're horny 18-year-olds, but she's also, like, fucking, like, 35. Never mind, she's like 25, but she looks 30, and she's out here fucking them, and it's just like, what are you doing, you know? Another thing that she did that doesn't really get talked about that much was that she fucked a father and a son at the same time.
You slept with a father and son at the same time?
Yes, yeah. I think that's brilliant. Like, to have that much of a good relationship with your son, or, you know, for the son to have that much of a good connection with their dad.
But what I think is the absolute craziest thing that she did, that a lot of you guys probably know her for, was sleeping with over 1,057 men in one night. Now, obviously, I don't need to sit here and talk about how crazy that is. It's fucking obvious. It's 1,000 different men. But one thing I do want to talk about is there's no way Bonnie Blue is the same person she was after sleeping with 1,000 different men. You know, I feel like when you have that many different cocks enter your body, you have to undergo some sort of like ego death, you know, some sort of awakening. Like, I don't know how grueling or unpleasant that process is. Who knows? Maybe she liked it, but it's like, dude, she fucked 1,057 different men, okay? She fucked 1,000 men and said, nah, give me 57 more, okay? You're telling me after she hit that 1,000 mark, there wasn't something that she was like, I need more. I need more of it, you know? Like, I don't know. And then on top of that, dude, how much dick do you think that is in total? You know, like, what's the overall meat mileage? We haven't busted out the calculator in a while. I think it's time. All right, so first things first, we need to find the average penis length. What is the average penis length? 5.5 inches. Fuck. All right, so we take that and we multiply that by 1,000. But now here's the hard part, okay? We need to figure out the stroke per minute ratio for each guy. And we're gonna do that by using the same formula as last time, because each guy had about 2 to 3 minutes with the girl, which means we have to figure out the stroke per minute ratio. But the reason that's so difficult is because there's a million different factors that come into play. Okay, first of all, you have the skill level of the wielder of the meat. Like, does this guy fuck? Does he know what he's doing? You also have the athleticism. Like, is this guy an athletic dude? Can he go a while without stopping? You feel me? And don't even get me started on proper nutrition, pre-game preparation, longevity. Lindsay Phillips is also a very skilled bop, okay? Do these guys have the Mamba mentality? Can they rise up to the moment in crunch time? There's a whole bunch of factors that come into play. So, for the sake of the video, we're just gonna assume that Lily Phillips fucked a bunch of Derek Whites. Now, why did I choose this guy? Because he's good, but he's not like that. Don't get me wrong, the guy's a fucking legend. Derek White is him, but he's not Jason Tatum, alright? He's not putting up 30. But whenever you're tired and need a break, he will come off the bench and consistently put up a solid performance, which is perfect for the situation. Now, how am I gonna implement Derek White into the stroke per minute ratio? I have no idea, but Derek White averages 13 points per game and 4 assists, okay? 13 times 4 is 52. There's 60 seconds in a minute. If you're going at a consistent pace and fucking her normally, not like a fucking jackrabbit, I think 52 is a realistic amount. All right, so boom, 52 times 3 minutes, that's about 156. Multiply that by the average penis length of 5.5. We got 858 inches. So now all we gotta do is multiply that by 1,057, and boom, we got 6,906 inches. That is a lot of inches. Now let's divide that by 12, I guess. Oh, good God, 75,000 feet of dick. How many feet are in a yard, bro? How many feet are are in a yard. 3 feet and 1. All right, let's divide this by 3. Dude, divide this by 100. Oh my God. Dude, Bonnie Blue has taken 251 football fields of dick. Jesus Christ! Bro, I just asked ChatGPT if any NFL player has ever ran that amount of yards in their football career. It's never happened. It's never happened. Bonnie Blue has literally taken more dick than any NFL running back has ever ran in their career of all time. Okay, she is one of the greats. And finally, in case you guys were wondering, the overall total meat mileage is 17.1. Okay, she took 17.1 miles of penis in one day. Okay. Alright, so now that you guys know about how much of a whore Bonnie Blue is and the type of stuff that she does, now it's time to talk about the actual reason I'm even making this video. Because fucking a bunch of high schoolers and sleeping with 1,000 men in one night, that's old news, okay? That shit happened a while ago. Like I said before, Bonnie Blue likes to stay relevant by doing crazy things and using shock value, but as we talked about before, this is the same girl who slept with over 1,000 men in one night. Okay, at that point, what more can you fucking do? Like, if there was a ranking system for how much of a bop you could be, Bonnie Blue would be like a master prestige global elite radiant player, okay? So, what does she decide to do? She turns on the VPN. And rather than filming her adult content in America, where it's legal and not a fucking crime, she decides to take her talents to Indonesia, Bali, where making pornographic content is like violently illegal. And based off the title of this video and the information I just said, you can probably assume which direction this video is going. Basically, Bonnie Blue was arrested in Bali, Indonesia for making adult content.
14 Australians have been arrested in Bali as part of a police raid on controversial content creator Bonnie Blue over alleged pornographic activity.
Now here's the thing, okay? When I read that headline, I automatically assumed that, she was like caught fucking a dude on camera, like in the act, red vagina. But no, that actually isn't the case. Instead, she actually got caught because she was driving around a truck that said Bonnie Blue's Bang Bus on it. Now, what I think is like the funniest part about this entire situation is the fact that they also arrested all of the dudes that were participating. Allegedly, there were about 8 to 9 participants, and they range from the ages of like 18 to 40. And there's just like so many fucking questions to ask. Like, first of all, could you imagine being like the guy who was 40 in there? Yeah, there's a bunch of like people who just graduated high school and you're in the same line as them to fuck the same like porn star. And then second of all, right? Imagine being the dude, any of the 8 dudes trying to fuck Bonnie Blue, and then all of a sudden, you're getting hard, whatever, you're excited, you're about to have sex with Bonnie Blue, and then all of a sudden, fucking, no, open up, Indonesian police, what she wants, something good. And all of a sudden, fucking hands behind the back, you're getting detained, you're spending the night in fucking Bali, Indonesian prison, all because you wanted to crack Bonnie Blue. Even the video of them getting arrested is just absolutely hilarious because the way they walk out with their faces covered, like you can just feel the shame in the way they move.
Are you happy? What's your step, mate? What's your step? Any comments?
Any comment, Mr. Green?
Any comments, guys? How you feeling after being released without charges?
But yeah, that's pretty much the whole story when it comes to Bonnie Blue getting arrested. A lot of people were speculating, saying that she would get up to 15 years in prison, blah, blah, blah. No, obviously not. She literally got arrested for being a whore. If you think Bali or Indonesia cares that much about her to where they're gonna use resources to fucking prosecute her and keep her there and stuff, no. She's not Brittany Griner, okay? She's a fucking porn star. She doesn't have any political power. They can't use her as a weapon. Not that Brittany Griner has any political power, but you get what I mean with the whole Russia shit. I also think this entire thing was just a huge publicity stunt because not only did the police not find any evidence of like pornographic content being made, they also drove around a fucking bang bus. Okay, she literally had a pickup truck that said Bonnie Blue's Bang Bus. All right, that is like the American equivalent of driving around a white van saying human trafficking victims in here and drugs. arrest me, please. Do you know what I'm saying? It's also been confirmed that Bonnie Blue knew about the laws before she came to Bali. So, and the fact that they didn't find any sort of evidence towards making like adult content, dude, and she's driving around a fucking bang bus, like, I think it's pretty obvious to say that, like, yeah, she knew that this would stir up a whole bunch of bullshit in Bali and on the news and to make her stay relevant, and she likes using shock value, so that's why she did it. And she made sure that when she got arrested in Bali, she wasn't actually making fucking porn or adult content, because otherwise she'd actually get in a lot more fucking trouble, right? So, yeah, that's my conspiracy theory. I think Bonnie Blue just wanted another thing to make the news, you know, and she also knows not to fuck with foreign laws and adversaries, because, you know, that's really bad, so she made sure to cover her bases there. I don't fucking know. That's my conspiracy theory, but, yeah, that's probably gonna be the video, too. Alright, so when it comes to my final thoughts, I kind of just said it already. I think it's all fake, and I think it's all for publicity. But honestly, if that is the case, then respect to Bonnie Blue. Genuinely. You know, I mean, like, I think it's so whack what she's doing, but at the same time, if she's... One thing you can't say about Bonnie Blue is that she's not putting her all into something. All right, how many people watching this can say that you have put your 100% effort into something? Okay, at least Bonnie Blue's doing that. So that I can kind of respect that aspect of it, I guess. But yeah, that's gonna be the video, guys. Hope you all enjoyed. Hope I educated at least one of you. If you liked it, subscribe. If you didn't, fuck you. What are you doing watching this far into the video anyway? And yeah, moral of the story. Never judge a book by its cover. You know, a lot of people probably think Bonnie Blue's like stupid and an idiot and an airhead, which she probably is, but like, she's staying relevant. She's doing something right. So, yeah, that's gonna be the video, guys. Hope you all enjoyed it. Hope I educated at least one of you. Peace out. Love you all. Bye.
I have to talk over this because it's copyrighted now. Too shiesty, that's my dog. You know I'm really shiesty.